In this video we're going to look at multiplying and dividing by 10, 100 and 1000. Hopefully you'll see here I've got a sequence of numbers written down. 5, 50, 500, 5000, going down the way 0.5, 0.05 and 0.005. Can you spot any connections here? Maybe you notice that to get from here to here you've multiplied by 10. And from here to here multiply by 10 again, and from here to here multiply by 10 again. Or maybe you've noticed that from here to here we've divided by 10, and then we've divided by 10, and divided by 10, and divided by 10. When we look at multiplying and dividing by 10 or 100 or 1000, we think about the digits of the place value moving different places. For example, if I can try and make this as small as I can, do you see how here, like this row of 5s is going on a diagonal? Do you see how each time we are dividing, let's move this, each time we're dividing by 10, for example, the digits are moving one place to the right? Do we see this? Or every time that we multiply, for example, when I've multiplied by 10 here, do you see how the digits have moved one place to the left? What we can do is we can use this sort of chart to help us build our understanding of multiplying by 10, 100 and 1000. For example, if I was asked what is 0.5 times 10? Well, 0.5 times 10 would correspond to starting at 0.5 and moving up one step. So 0.5 times 10 is 5. What about if I wanted to do a question that we know, 50 divided by 10? I know you know the answer to that. But if we think about it here, we start at 50 and we go down 1. 50 divided by 10 is 5. What about if we have a look at another example? Try and make this a bit smaller so we can fit it in. What if we did 0.05 times 10? 0.05 times 10. Well, here's 0.05, and if I multiply this by 10, it's going to move up one place. Okay, so that's going to be 0.5. Do you see that? Every time we multiply by 10, we move up one place, divide by 10, we move down one place. How about in this question here? 5 multiplied by 100. Okay, so we're going to start at the number 5, but how many places are we going to have to move up this time? Well, if we move up 1, that's us times by 10, so we need to move up another one to make sure we've multiplied by 100. Okay, so 5 times 100 is 500. You already know that. Okay, let's have a new grid. There we were just looking at the number 5 and how that could be built up. But if we looked at, for example, 7. 7,000, if we divided that by 10, divided that by 10, by 10, by 10, by 10, by 10. 0.07. Okay, 0.07. So if I wanted to work out 0.007 times 100, well, that would correspond to moving up 2 places. 1, 2. Do you see that? So that's going to become 0.7. Or what if the question was 7 divided by 1000? 7 divided by 1000. So I'm dividing, so I'm going to move down. Okay, so we're starting at 7 and we're going to go down 3 places because there we're dividing by 10, 100, 1000. So my answer would be 0.007. We could pick any number of examples. We could do 70 divided by 100. 70 divided by 100. So we start at 70 and we're going to move down 2. 1, 2. 0.7. You could almost think about, like, if you could maybe visualize this in your head, think about 70 in your head, and then 1 below 70 would be 7 in this chart, and 1 below that, well, it's going to be 0.7, so my answer is 0.7. Okay, let's maybe make it a little bit more challenging. Let's think about the number 63. What's 63 times 10? Well, it's going to be 630. Times this by 10, 6,300. What's 63 divided by 10? Well, it's going to be 6.3. And then 0.63. And then 0.063. I keep doing that. 0.0 we go. 0.063. Okay, we can use this to do some calculations. So if I wanted to work out 0.63 times 100, well, I know that to times by 100 means to move up 2 places, so I'm going to start at 0.63 and move up 2. 1, 2, 63. What if we had 6.3 divided by 10? So try and visualise this in your head. 6.3 divided by 10. So we're starting at 6.3 and we need to move down 1. So that's going to be 0.63. And once again, you can kind of see that every time that we multiply, all the numbers are like moving one place value to the right. Every time we multiply by 10, all the digits are moving one place to the right. Hopefully you can see that here with the 6s and the 3s. Okay, so when we multiply, all the digits move one place left each time. And when we divide, the digits move one place right each time we divide by 10. Okay, let's have a look at a few more. Let's do 5.7 times 100. So we need to think about what would be 2 above 5.7. Try and do this in your head. 5.7, well 1 above that would be 57. So 2 above that would be 570. Yeah, I'll write it out. Look, so 5.7, 1 above it would be 57 and 2 above it would be 570. Do you see that? What if we do 6,300 divided by 100? Okay, so let's think about 6,300 divided by 100. So we're going to move down 2 places. So 1 down from that would be 630, 2 down from that would be 63. Let's think about another one. Let's do 0.82 multiplied by 10. 0.82, so if we times by 10, we're going to move up 1 place. So what's 1 up from 0.82? Oh, it's going to be 8.2, isn't it? And if you can't do it in your head, it's okay, just write it out. 0.82, well, what would be 1 above it? Remember, 1 above it, all the digits would move 1 place to the left. So it's going to be 8.2. 1 above that would be 82. What about if we do 0.7 divided by 10? So that means what's 1 below 0.7? Well, that's going to be 0.07. Because if we think about it, remember, when we divide by 10, like the number would move 1 place to the right. Do you see that there? Remember, when we divide by 10, we move 1 place down on our place value. I'll maybe do 1 or 2 more. Let's do 12 divided by 100. So we're going to move down 2 places from 12. Well, what's 1 place down? So that's going to be 1.2, isn't it? So another place down would be 0.12. Once again, if you're not happy with that, just write it out. Okay, so 1 place down would be 1.2, 2 places down, 0.12. Okay, we'll do one final one. Let's do 5,760 divided by 100. This is a bit harder, this one, not going to lie. 5,760 divided by 100. Okay, so we're going to move down 2 places. So if I move down 1 place, I'd be at 576. And if I move down 1 more place, I'd be at 57.6. If you're not happy with that, write it out. So that would be 576 and then 57.6. Okay, hopefully that was helpful and it's maybe giving you a few strategies on how to multiply and divide by 10, 100 and 1000. essentially when we multiply, we would move up in this chart. If we multiply by 10, we move up one place, and if we were to divide by 10 in this chart, we would move down one place. Thank you very much.